Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Mr. Addison once again of Property Hunter Ghana. I am showing you something very quickly. This is a property that is going up. He will be selling this house. It will be a 3-bedroom house, all in suite with this laundry area and things like that. The house is now under construction. He is hoping to complete the construction by June, July, thereabout. But there are some few things I would like to show you for those who are doing their own construction, so that you can take some tips and tricks from him. So when you are doing your construction, you don't make mistakes that other people make. This guy is a proper engineer. He attended KNUST, one of the best, not one of the best, the best school in Ghana. So when an engineer is doing your construction for you, you know you are getting the absolute best. So I'll just point out some 3 things quickly to you that he's doing that is different from other people. So one of the things he's doing here, if you look at the wall here, this is the foundation wall. You see that it is black. That is bitumen. He painted the foundation wall with bitumen, both inside and outside. But with the inside, you can't see it because let's see something here. You see the inside. He painted the foundation wall both inside and outside with bitumen. You do that to prevent the damping. Those people who have problem with damping, if you are doing your foundation, one way to prevent the damping is to paint the foundation wall with bitumen to avoid the damping. That is one tip I'll give you. So if you are looking at a way of preventing your damping, you could use bitumen and you'll be just fine. And another tip I would like to give you is, when you are filling the foundation, when you are doing the filling, make sure the whole filling is level, is straight. What some people do is that in the middle of the filling, the middle will be bogged out. So you see that they will fill it something like this. So the side will go inside and the middle will be bogged up. So but what you've done here is that the whole thing is level. The middle is not bogged up. What happens is that if you do the filling where the middle is bogged up and the side goes inside, even when you do the compaction and you are doing the concrete casting, the concrete in the middle of the floor will not be the same height as the one at the edges of the floor. So let's say if your edges are like 5 inches, the middle will be around 3 inches, because the middle is bogged up and the concrete cannot fill the whole place. So when you do that, you have issues with your foundation going forward. So you always want to make sure when they are doing the filling, the whole filling should be level, right? So when the filling is level and you compact it, you cast your concrete, and the length of the height of the concrete is uniform throughout the whole building, and not that the edges are thicker than the middle. That is one tip you should look out for when you are doing your construction. That's why I always say, when you are doing construction, get a professional to do the works for you. If you go and take these roadside guys, they will do things that they themselves they don't understand, because they are not professionals. And look at one thing. You see, there will be a wall here, right? And this whole area will be the living area. From here all the way to this other pillar will be the living area. So what he has done is to put a partition wall in between here. So you see that there's a block here. On this block there will be no wall on it, but it partitions this whole area, so that you won't have a large continuous area with sand that you fill. You have this portion that you fill, and then this portion that you fill. What that will do is that when the whole place is continuous, where there is no partition wall, when you have a large area where there's no partition wall, when the filling sink or settles down, you see that you have crack in your tiles. That what results in the crack in the tile. So when you are doing the foundation, you want to make sure where there's a large area, there are partition walls in between them, so that when you are doing your tiling, you don't have cracks in the tile. People buy very expensive tiles, and before you realize, there are cracks in the tile, and they'll say that the tile is not good. It's not that the tile is not good, but the way you did your construction had issues with them. And he used 6 inches block throughout, and he's saying that he's going to use 6 inches block for the whole house. The reason being that he wants very thick walls. You understand? He wants very thick walls. If you want the walls to be thick, I think it's best to use the 6 inches block instead of the 5 or 4 inches. If you look at the fence wall itself, the fence wall, they use the 6 inches block for even the fence wall. So when you have a professional doing your construction for you, you know definitely that you will have very quality product. Okay, just to add to what I was saying, this is another tip for you. That's why if you are dealing with an engineer, it's always good. You see the chippings. This one is bigger than this one. What he explained to me right now was that if you are when using the chippings, don't use a single size chipping for your concrete work. You see that this chipping is a little bigger than this chipping. Well, what happens is that the smaller chippings will go and fill in the spaces between the concrete, especially when your how do you call it, your pillars are small pillars. If you are not going to use for the huge pillars, you can use a bigger size chipping, but for the smaller pillars like your regular single story houses, it's preferred to use the smaller chipping together with something like this, so you have a very strong concrete. As he's saying, don't use single, like someone will and buy only this size of chippings and use for the concrete work. It's always good to mix your chipping, the smaller one with a little bigger one, always. But even if you have a very huge pillars where you have to use a bigger size chipping, that's the chippings are a little bigger than this one, you always have to add some smaller chippings to it, so that they always fill the hole. If you don't do that, what you will get is that your pillars will have spaces in between them, because the chipping are not able to fill up all the spaces within the pillar. So you have spaces within your pillar, which means that your pillar is not very strong, and the concrete won't be dense. The masons will just come and plaster over it, but the actual strength of the concrete is not that much. So whenever you are doing your construction, please add that tip to it. When your mason is buying the chippings, always ask him to buy the smaller chipping together with a little bigger one. And it's always better to use very small chippings, because the small chippings tends to fill up the hole quite well than the bigger one. This guy, this is his, I think this is a first or second project that he's doing. This project should be completed by June, July. I will follow the progress of the work and bring you updates as and when. If you think you like this house, you can give me a call. It's in a very good location in Tema Community 25, just behind the Palace Mall area. If you are familiar with Community 25, just behind the Palace Mall area. And I think it will be a fantastic project. I'll keep following up with the progress of work. When he's done, I'll let you know. So just a quick video to show you one or two things, and as he continue with the work, I'll come and show you what he's doing here, and I'm sure this will be a very fantastic property. My name is Mr. Addison, once again, of Property Hunter Ghana. If you're interested, please give me a call and let's talk business. You have a nice day.